Well, hello, and welcome to today's episode of Law News and Laughter. We will, of course, be looking at all the new articles surrounding ChatGPT, how it's officially becoming a premium service, and a few other things that are in the news. But of course, the shooting in California is dominating in terms of news coverage for things that are actually interesting today. Otherwise, it's Musk basically bitching and moaning about some things, and snakes. Snakes with giant jaws that have evolved on their own. So, there's that. But yeah, let's get stuck into it, shall we? On this channel, we look at legal cases and concepts, world domination, news, and just generally shoot the breeze. We don't give any legal advice, but we can answer questions and hopefully point you in the right direction. We do not shy away from the topics that so if necessary, put on your big kid pants, have a cup of concrete, and pull up a chair. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, or via email, and all complaints can be directed to our complaints department. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe buttons, and now let's get into it. Alrighty-roo, how are we doing, people? Howdy y'all and all that jazz. Saying hello. Apostle Steve's letting me know I'm muted already. That was long before I even started, but thank you for that, Apostle Steve. Jason J, good afternoon, everyone. Are we enjoying the soon-to-be drama-filled week? Good God, what drama are we talking about already? It is literally Monday morning. Do I need more coffee? I already have one, but what the hell is going on now? Really? Hello, Nissa. Really wish on the phone the enter button was not next to the backspace button, as do I. I mean, look, it's... They try and replicate the keyboard as much as they can, but I mean, on a physical keyboard, there's a key space between backspace and enter, so they really need to fix that, frankly. It can be very annoying if you've got fat fingers as well. You know, like my stubby things. Tina, hello. Ichiro in the house. Linda, hello. Greedy bloke. Just Dawn. Leany, we're going to talk about XCOM's favourite today. Oh, yes, we are. And how it's soon to be that XCOM is going to be spending more on ChatGPT than they do on Super Chats. So, hello, Darren, Leany, Glitterfart. Linda's already up the thumb here and on Rumble. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much to everyone that has hit the thumbs up. Can see Linda, Mickey Lover, Dazza1234, and Shade Chaser all over on Rumble. There's 16 people watching on Rumble. Buried in snow and ice, slid my way to the thumbs up. Well, hopefully you're doing okay. Sovereign Bozeman's in the house. Damn, you're on time. Hey, Hayden from Texas. Yes, I'm doing my best to actually be on time from now on. Shocking, I know. As Leany says here. Esprit Fleck, hello. Hey, Hayden, how are you, Chesamods? Yeah, can't complain. I mean, not much has happened in between me waking up, getting the kid ready for daycare, making a cup of coffee, sitting down, talking to you lovely people, as always. Snakes, the most Australian news. Yeah, I kind of wish it wasn't, but surprisingly, this isn't actually specifically in Australia, thankfully. Lions and tigers and snakes, oh my, yep. Vicky T. Hello, Eli Kenema. Nice to see you. Ginger7681, hello, W Daisy. Blanderous afternoon to you too. It was a shooting in California. It was either a cop, a criminal, or a juggie shooting up a joint or whatever. Obviously, not the most dangerous group of people. Law-abiding citizens. Nanon's Man Bun, hello. Got the late notification. But did you get a notification? Which is really the main thing for me. Because that's what I'm interested to know. So. Liking the backlight behind me? You're just noticing that? Yeah. These have been there since, just after Christmas. So. I hear that Eliza Blue, aka Eliza Ann Sip, was exposed as a fraud and a liar. Look, I've been watching that sort of expand and whatever the fuck the right word is. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I've been watching it play out on Twitter. I really have no thoughts on the matter because I have no idea who the fuck she is. But it does look like the Streisand effect has really taken root in that. And I think it's her own goddamn fault for whatever she brings on herself, frankly. Based on what I've seen. That's my own personal opinion. Don't fucking sue me for it. Okay? Like, you've threatened to sue everybody else except for Twitter. But that's my own personal opinion. Oh, hang on, I haven't actually turned my light on, which might explain why I look a little bit gaunt. Oh, no, you're not going to turn on, are you? Oh, of course not. It helps if I plug you in. That works too. There we are. There's the beautiful face, I assume. Yep, okay, that's fine. Greedy bloke. Hello, Sovereign Bozeman. Happy it's still Sunday here, not happy it's soon to be Monday. Half considering getting a laptop in bed tomorrow and working in my undies. Can't say I'm right there with you. If it wasn't for the fact that I have to see clients this afternoon, I'd probably do the exact same thing. Hello, Spacebar. Helene T. Darren Byrne. Jay Libgut. Hello. Alex. You're going to have to tell me how I pronounce that. Just so I don't keep getting it wrong. Been watching the standoff in Cali. I don't get why they searched a second white van, rather right after finding a deceased person in the first white van. It's a damn good question. Sounds like you have some information that I do not. Jukiro, hello, reindeer. Butterbear, hello, hello. Caitlin Williams got a YouTube notification, lovely. Got both Rumble and YouTube. Got 30-minute notification and the starting now notification. Lovely. It does seem like if I set up the video at least a few hours beforehand, that seems to majorly affect the notifications. And shock horror, the numbers for the video were actually back up. I had been a little bit concerned because the last couple of days, admittedly, I'd been a little bit out of sorts. The videos had been off topic. The videos had been we all know that I hadn't been on time or anything, even remotely close to that. And because I hadn't been doing the prep to set up the videos ahead of time, I dropped. One of my videos had like less than 300 views. Yesterday, back up to almost 800 in 24 hours. So, yeah, can't complain. Back to where we're supposed to be, which I'm very happy about. So, thank you very much to the 46 of you that are watching right now. I very much appreciate that. You've been watching it expand and what? Contract? I think 10 people killed in New York today or yesterday. It may have the wrong state. I believe that was the shooting in California. I'm not aware of any additional mass shootings, but, you know, who knows? Chug it. I'll be right. Gonna sue me so hard. Is that a Gundam back there? Looks like the RX-78-2, maybe a strike. Oh, yes, you guys can't see. The majority of the Gunpla are over here on this shelf over here. That is the Destiny and the 40th anniversary high-grade RX-2, which glows in the dark. But I might actually just... At some point, I'll move the camera so you can see the rest of them in the thing again. Didn't she fundraise off her alleged sex trafficking? Sounds kind of fraudulent if true. I actually don't know any of the background behind it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I have no real comment on it. Don't know if it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Just make sure my notifications are on all. That'd be very much appreciated if people could do that. That'd be great. The father's a congressman, and the pictures of her while she was supposedly trafficked. Okay. Yeah, she threatened to see that Star Wars girl. I did see that. And quartering, and... She basically said she'd go scorched earth, so anyone that's mentioned it. And there are a whole bunch of people in those comments saying, sue me too, I'm sharing it, and all sorts of shit. It was... Yeah. Shit's gonna get out of hand. Just got the notification? Okay, fair enough. Alex Ledge. Okay, so Alex Ledge. Okay. Alex Ledge. Yep, that works. And Angel Wolf got the Rumble and YouTube notifications. Lovely. Saying he shot 2 more places and just watched SWAT block the van for 2 hours. And he was in front, self-deleted. Shit. Okay, so there's going to be some updates on that. I don't know that I should necessarily start off with that particular... Have they updated it? Or is it just... No, so this is just about the moving in to search the van. I don't know whether or not he's actually... I might actually have to skip that, because that's not the most up-to-date, and I don't like giving incorrect information like that. That's all right. We shall work with it. We shall work with it. You check every YouTube every hour to see if the new post. Fair enough. Whatever works for you. Okay. This is Sue Crazy time. Yeah. Yep. Hooray for drama, the incestuous engine that keeps the YouTube grift going. Freeze warning for my area till Tuesday morning. Live in a most rural area, not for good for crops. Oh, that sucks. Antifa finally got called terrorists in Atlanta last night too. Really? Hey, Cynic. Shh. Alrighty. Okay. You know what? I will go through this one just because I've already got it open. Hard work watching. Back on form now. Okay. I'll make you let us all a tweet. Excellent. Oh, hey Jay. Thank you very much. My Walmart where I live had a shooter a day ago. Brittany also. Okay. Okay. Van surrounded by police as hunt continues for California shooter. Got any footage? Or is this going to be one of those videos that's a pain in the behind? Yep.
California authorities have this morning released photos of the suspect who allegedly killed 10 people in a mass shooting. The shooting in Monterey Park happened shortly after thousands of people gathered for a Lunar New Year festival. These pictures right now coming into the newsroom. SWAT teams have swarmed a white van potentially linked to the deadly shooting. And the standoff is unfolding in Torrance, which is about 40 minutes away from the shooting scene itself. It's unclear what they've found inside that van at this point, waiting on further information. But the SWAT team, we watched them, as you know, everyone at home watched them raid that van just a short time ago, and we're not sure, it's unclear what they've found inside. So still waiting on that. But let's go live to US correspondent Jonathan Kersley at the crime scene. As I mentioned, 40 minutes away. Jono, police have just addressed the media. What have they said?
Yeah, they have, interestingly, very cagey about what is exactly going on in Torrance, about 45 kilometres.
Okay, so this is about 3 hours ago.
From the shooting last night where 10 people were shot dead inside a dance studio in this area that is very heavily populated by the Asian American community. Police had released an image of a suspect they said was heavily armed and dangerous, describing him as an Asian male. Those CCTV images taken from a nearby dance studio where they believe this man went to after the shooting.
But, I mean, like, they keep mentioning how it's Asian American and that sort of thing. But, I mean, has there been any sort of, like, inference that this is racially motivated? Or are they just being typical news and go to ABC, should have the latest info? Cheers. Okay.
Here last night, there they believe he was tackled to the ground, the gun removed and fled in a white van. That's what's caused the interest around this white van that we have seen all those Bearcats around in Torrance this morning. And you could see from those images that are coming into the newsroom now just how heavily armed those police are as they move into that area. Try and see inside that white van and what is there. This is going to be crucial. Is the gunman, the suspect, going to be in this van, or is he not going to be there? These are questions that police could not answer at this media conference moments ago. Interestingly, though, what they did say was something quite sickening and quite disturbing.
Okay.
At an earlier press conference, a hospital had been mentioned where some of the injured victims were being treated, and then police had this to say.
Earlier, it may have been mentioned that they were at a specific hospital, and somebody called one of those hospitals to say something along the lines that they want to go and finish the job. That is absolutely horrible. So again, I don't believe that's the
That's
Please,
that's disgusting.
These victims and survivors are dealing with so much. Let's not traumatize them more.
Let's not traumatize them more. What the fuck else do you think people are actually going to, like, anyone who calls up a hospital and says that they're coming to finish the job, I'm pretty sure their aim is to traumatize people. Like, like, What I find disgusting about this event is, besides the tragic murders in a festival, is how right-wing grifters immediately made it a race issue and giving jokes. Okay. About 45 minutes from your house. Today's Lunar New Year, and it's an Asian-populated area, probably celebrating. Well, yeah, that's why I said that it was part of the Lunar New Year. Oh, damn, chat jumped. I missed a whole bunch of things there. Oh well. It's just me, or all these shootings tend to happen in far leftist cities, states? I got no idea. I don't keep track of which states or cities are left and right and that sort of thing. So I'll leave that up to you guys to do a little bit of research on your own, just to, make sure that things are accurate. And crazy, all those people still do multi-TV screen things instead of just a green screen, lol. Yeah. Mind you, speaking from experience, the green screen can fuck up pretty spectacularly at times. In the beginning, they said it was a hate crime till they found out he's Asian. Typical California liberals. Okay. Typical for the internet, really. If it was black, they would have left race out, you reckon? How long till they blame anime? They fucking better well not. Apparently, it might be connected to an earlier incident in La Alhambra. People died and so many rushed to make it about politics. Oh, I'm sick of the same cycle repeating over and over. Unfortunately, that's the way that it's always going to be until politics is no longer newsworthy. So, if politicians actually just got in and did their job and didn't try to polarize people, then, but unfortunately, that's the world we live in. Sad how because of stuff we can't focus on the tragedy but have to talk about politics and the situation. Yeah. Not disagreeing with that in the slightest. Alright, I'm just having a quick look, see if ABC 7 has anything better in terms of footage. Oh, they're actually live. Okay.
A lot to gather, a lot to go through in the...
Okay, hang on. I'll move this across here. I'm not going to watch this for too long because I don't know how long a live stream like that's going to go for, so... I mean, theoretically, if it's live, they're just going to keep going for however long, so... It surprised me if true, this is what happens when you lock people out in their houses and then destroy the state. Everything's about politics? Hi, I'm just editing another video aimed at Mighty Meat, but here for a few minutes, drop in and say hi. Hey, Dancer. Hang on, where's the audio? Why is there no audio on this? Okay, that's not on me. I was literally just listening to that. Something's actually happened to their feed. Okay. Polarizing people's in the job description? That is true. Shows animal videos. Oh, actually, I could do with some animal videos first thing in the morning too. Oh, screw it. This isn't going to work anyway. Okay. Police moved into... Keep in mind, this is a couple of hours ago. Police have moved in to search a van as they continue to hunt for a gunman believed to have killed at least 10 people and injured 10 more in a mass shooting at a ballroom dance studio in California. My understanding is he is now dead, self-deleted while in the van. See you, Snafu. Five men and 5 women were killed at the Monterey Park studio. Their ages are unknown. An additional 10 injured victims were rushed to local hospitals, and their conditions range from critical to stable. Sheriff Robert Luna said the suspect is believed to be an Asian male. A wanted notice was issued earlier this morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, Eastern Daylight Time. By the sheriff's office, I need more coffee. Showed a man of Asian appearance wearing a beanie and a coat. The notice said the man should be considered armed and dangerous. Well, no shit. Wait, I thought defunding the police was the goal. How are there still people employed as officers? decrepit anti-Dancing with the Stars fella. Oh, shit. There goes the coffee. Great. A SWAT team surrounded a white cargo van, Luna said at a press conference this morning. They've since moved in and began searching the van. CNN reported that law enforcement officials had earlier said the sound of a gunshot could be heard inside the van. Okay, so I can say that's probably when he self-deleted. We believe that there was a person inside. We don't know the condition. Could it be a suspect? Possibly. Well, more than likely. We believe we're putting out his name that will inhibit our ability to potentially arrest the suspect if he's out there. He said the detectives are looking at the possibility of other people being involved. We think there's one suspect. There may be more, he said. He said that there was no known motive, but asked the media who walks in the dance hall asked the media who walks into a dance hall and guns down 20 people. You were hoping that the SWAT would smush the van like a marshmallow? Police were called to the dance studio at 10:20 p.m. on Saturday local time after the major Lunar New Year festival was held in the city of about 61,000 people, which was 16 kilometers east of Los Angeles. Captain Andrew Mayer of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said the first responders found people pouring out of the location screaming. Investigators said multiple rounds were fired, but they did not believe that an assault weapon was used. Luna said that the officers at this point did not believe that it was a high-powered assault rifle, but did not go into further details. Swangwon Choi, who owns the Clam House Seafood Barbecue restaurant across the street. The Seafood Barbecue restaurant. That's some fusion. Told the LA Times that 3 people rushed into his business and told him to lock the door. The people also told Choi that there was a shooter that had multiple rounds of ammunition on him so he could reload. Choi said he believes the shooting took place at the dance club. You think? Police are scouring CCTV footage for more information that might help identify the attacker. The FBI is also involved in the manhunt. Luna said that at least one threat had been called into a hospital where the wounded victims have been taken, though it's believed to be unconnected. Investigators are looking into a potential link into another dance hall in a nearby Alhambra. Okay, I love how they apparently misspelled that. John D saying China is number 1. Oh, God. Seafood. Oh. Surf and turf. I like surf and turf. Have all the politicians said their thoughts and prayers phrase yet? Probably not. FBI is involved. We can all rest easy. There were probably instigators covering their trails now, lol. High-powered assault rifle means about as much as big, scary, black gun fucking media. Okay. Watch part of the video of SWAT going up to the van. You'll see one guy turn to find his colleague pointing a gun at him, and you can tell he got all fussed at pulling a ball one. Some individuals wrestled the firearm away from him and he took off, he said. The wanted poster issued over the dance hall shooting confirmed the same suspect was believed to have been involved in the other incident. Nobody was injured at the second location, and police now have the weapon that was seized, but Luna would not elaborate what kind of gun it was or if it was used in the mass shooting. Oh, good on you. Different weapons have been described. There are multiple leads as to what we're following. White cargo van was seen leaving the Alhambra location, but authorities do not know if it's connected. Well, it fucking sounds like it's connected. God, they just keep going on and on and on, don't they? Okay. Where's Arnold Schwarzenegger? That's a damn good question, actually. Hey, Waxing Miracle. So much realism let him know that it wasn't a high-powered assault rifle, it was a cordless hole punch. Oh, I can't read that out. Okay. Alright. Moving on. Toadzilla. Cane toad. So big, it's been called Toadzilla. The animal discovered was so big for its species it was given a special nickname. The Queensland National Park's official Facebook page has dubbed it as Toadzilla. The toad in question is a cane toad, nice and poisonous, which was spotted by 2 rangers at Conway National Park in Australia. It weighs nearly 6 pounds and is more than 10 inches long. In the post, it's mentioned that the toad is believed to be a female, and the Queensland Museum is interested in keeping her as a preserved specimen, as she just might be the largest one on record. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, cane toads are native to the Amazon basin in South America and north to the lower Rio Grande Valley in southern Texas. Okay. The Australian Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water states that cane toads were introduced into Australia in 1935 as a way to control pest beetles in the sugarcane industry. While there is no broad-scale method available to control cane toads across Australia, protecting our most vulnerable native species on the local scale is the focus of current planning and management around the cane toads. Queensland National Parks wrote as a comment on its Facebook page. Queensland National Park's official Facebook page account also stated the age of the cane toad discovered is not known for certain, but that it might be 15 years old. That's a big fucking toad. It's just long based. Half of Australia's animals are trying to kill you. It's more like 3/4, and the rest of them can kill you. They're just not actively trying. Barbecue frog? Nope. Toad looks like it's been pumping iron. Hashtag Toadzilla. Reckon Australians are about to get beaten by another animal army? Well, I don't think we're actually ever going to declare war against another animal, so I think we learned our lesson the first 2 times. Can I lick the big toad? Isabel, you do, you will die. It's not a psychedelic frog or toad. These ones are the ones that they're nasty. That they will, yeah. It's just a tiny lady. Fake news. At least they have all the toxins affected some way in a positive way. It's as ugly as sin. Frog on the Barbie? Ugh, nope. Nope, not a chance. Is she a park ranger? Yeah, she'll be one of the Parks and Recreation. She'll be one of the National Parks officers. Damn, that's a big toad. That's a really big toad. So there's that. Alright, hang on. Alright, let's move on to some of the ChatGPT stuff before people start cracking it at me in the comments. Which happens more often than you'd think. ChatGPT success completely depends on your prompt. Fast, rapid, lightning, and accelerating. This post does not need the help of ChatGPT to express how quickly the service is catching attention. It is gaining acceptance as well as gathering its fair share of hatred and bans. Yeah, in a move that has shocked no one, Queensland and New South Wales schools have both banned ChatGPT, which is, absolutely shocking. There's no way I would have ever foreseen that coming. So, Here's some ideas how to best use it. What? This is not what this article's proposed as. No, fuck that shit. Where's the one about the Oh yeah, because apparently it's good at writing malware as well, which is, okay. This is a tiny little article, but ChatGPT Pro plan to cost $42 a month. So what's that in American? Roughly 35, 32, something like that. Free plan available when demand is low. Sato was written by ChatGPT to pull more people into it. Who exactly is accepting of this besides a ridiculous form of entertainment? Well, XCOM is claiming racism. GPT-3 is superior for anyone considering their paid tiers. Yep. Great for filling stuff in. I can use it to write a whole table of values. That would take me 10 minutes to type. Oh, well, there you go. Take a shovel to ChatGPT. Well, the AI service now has a paid professional plan that costs $42 a month. The news of the paid edition was shared on Twitter by Sabu Shubham, the author of the books on OpenAI ChatGPT 3 and more. With the paid plan, you get priority access, meaning that you can use the service before free users. You can expect to receive faster responses from ChatGPT, and when new features arrive, you'll get first access. See you, Exclaimer. Thankfully, there will still be a free tier, but this change is likely to impact how we use the service. Free users will have to wait for the professionals to be done before getting their request processed, which means that if there's anyone that finds a way to actually monetize the way that GPT works, they're just going to set it up so that there's continual processes going through. So I'll be very surprised if the free tier actually ever gets any priority whatsoever. But that's just my own personal opinion. Well, the price of $42 US, it is $42 US per month is certainly a lot more than you pay for Netflix. The potential here is for great automation and building services on top of the platform. So naturally, the price reflects this opportunity. Wow, what a puff piece. New option is showing up for users on the side navigation menu. Let's have a look at these tweets. Because that was a bloody short article. Oh yeah, so someone's actually bothered to say, what the hell is it? Why would you bother using AI to identify fish? Like, it's not even that they're of the same species, they're identifying different individual fish. Computer says no. Mm-hmm. You can just use Google or Siri or Android one because it doesn't really have a name. It's Bixby, isn't it? The one that's built into Samsung, anyway. I hate that I know that. I think I just saw Uncle Fish there. Are you a writer that only has 58 pages of your book to complete out of 500? Try ChatGPT and make it a novel. Yeah, but then could you imagine having to use a, give it attribution to like a computer? Oh, Christ, I need to finish my coffee. Alright, where's this tweet? ChatGPT Pro is now available for $42 a month while the free version still exists. With ChatGPT Pro, you get high availability all day, fast response time, priority access. Okay. Find the option in the upgrade bar. I don't know why you would bother, though. I mean, it doesn't tell me any jokes, doesn't tell me anything naughty. Like, what can I really use it for that if I'm, not as useful for the average customer as it is for businesses, educational institutions, etc. Well, exactly. Facial recognition software. Want AI wars? Plug two into two Twitter accounts, let them fight over it for days. Poll which one won afterwards. Actually, don't mind that as an idea. Actually, that'd be a good fundraiser. AI quick scanning and facial ID will be critical in the purge. Try not to think about the purge coming, frankly. Okay, where were we? How long's this wide one? Oh, that's a big article. Let me check the other one first. Yeah, okay, that's about as long too. Okay, screw it. ChatGPT won't take your job, but you will need to learn how to use it. As waves of new technology crash over the disrupt the economy, learn to code has become a common utterance, often to workers worried about losing their jobs to automation. But what happens when the technology finally comes for the technology jobs? As part of its promise and peril of ChatGPT and a new wave of AIs that can hold human-like conversations, write articles and academic essays, summarize reports, paint pictures, and yes, write code. Software engineer Mazen Kourouche, creative director at Litmus Digital, is already using AI to replicate large parts of his work. ChatGPT excels at writing the algorithms that sit in the functional heart of good code. It's very good at building websites, and it can quickly parse Kourouche's code and spot errors. But like everyone The Age and the Herald spoke to for this story, Kourouche is not worried about it taking his job. He thinks it will simply make him more productive. Oh, I'm sure he thinks that. Christian was right, we never listened. So I've been telling people to use GPT-J or other open source free alternatives. GPT was always going to be locked up behind a paywall. Well, yeah, because as soon as someone gets hooked on something, of course they're going to monetize it. Why do you think you're all here? A lot of professional writers use AI for prompts, outlines, etc. too. That is true. That is very true. Different donation pledges. No, I would not agree to a pledge. No, the money needs to be paid. To charity unlock slurs for for your preferred AI to use in the bot war. You really got this all planned out, haven't you? I love it. Just gonna start making mini Sentry Jones, legs not flying. Okay. Still, whose job's Wikipedia is like barely it probably uses Wikipedia to function like the rest of us. So learn to code is not a racism again? What? Nerd cheat instead. Oh god. AI is creepy. It will automate so many jobs eventually. Yeah. It's true, the AI is using people's data to lock it in a paywall is disingenuous. I agree with that there. That's why you're here too, to be fair. That is true. That is very true. Just curious, someone could use a chatbot to write code to screw with YouTube algorithms and Facebook too. Well, I mean, look, those particular bits and pieces of code already exist. So, look, potentially. AI is not going to replace their jobs, but someone who knows how to use it will, he says. ChatGPT is the public face of a breakthrough in AI models. Deep learning, a technique that allows AIs to learn from large amounts of data, has been around for decades, but really took off in 2010 as computers powerful enough to run them efficiently started to arrive. The field accelerated exponentially in 2017 with the development of transformer models like ChatGPT, an approach that allows AIs to understand the relationships between words. By running these models on supercomputers, Microsoft built one specifically for ChatGPT, and training them on almost 600 gigabytes of data from books, Wikipedia, and the wider internet, these AI are able to convincingly generate human-like text. Really? They're only using 600 gigabytes of data? Wow. Okay. Others like DAL-E can generate whole artworks from text prompts. The applications are obvious: report writing, internet copywriting, graphic design, software engineering, social media marketing, customer service. ChatGPT itself said it expects jobs that involve repetitive tasks, data entry, and simple decision making are likely to be replaced. Customer service representatives, telemarketers, and data entry clerks. Yes, hello, this is ChatGPT. I'm calling to talk to you about your extended warranty. It's hard to imagine society will lament the loss of telemarketers. But ChatGPT's answer is somewhat modest. Few would consider radiology a simple decision-making, yet a radiology AI performs almost as well as experts on radiology fellowship exams. The medical AI achieved a 92.9 accuracy answering a battery of common health questions. ChatGPT itself can almost pass the US medical licensing exam. There's a feminist article about how sex robots are sexist. I'm shocked. I'm shocked by that. Like, entirely ridiculously shocked that a feminist would have an issue with being replaced by something that may provide a better service. Hey, Malika, how you doing? Kill it with fire? I don't know. Professor Declan Murphy, director of... I'm sorry, what? Genitourinary Oncology at the Peter MacCallum's Cancer Center, can already see the AI's value in his own practice. Shit. Did I sleep last night? What the hell is going on? His own practice, like writing up-to-date information leaflets for newly diagnosed patients. We're going to have to embrace them because they're not going away, he said. Resistance is futile. Oh shit. The models do have limitations. Essentially, they don't actually understand what they're talking about. Talking to a medical AI is like talking to an actor playing a doctor. They can confidently answer a range of medical questions, says Professor Nicholas Davis, co-director of the Human Institute of Technology Institute. But ultimately, you're still talking to someone who is impersonating a doctor. Oh, Jude! Wow, thank you for using your membership message. Lovely. So can WebMD, lol. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's a fancy version of WebMD. Just think, flying cars are finally being tested, chatbot AI, locking me out of my freezer at 5 a.m. when I want to get my coffee. Well, it'll be deemed justified when I shoot it. Lol, newsflash, feminist has an issue with something. A feminist can't be replaced, there's just no demand for them where it counts. Oh, this reminds me of how Bill Gates and the other tech oligarchs destroyed freeware movement and added paywalls. Hope the free alternatives hold on. ChatGPT should not gain a monopoly over AI. Oh, fuck no. Absolutely not. Thank you for using your member. Shut up, John. My brain still has yet to, kick in. Reminds me of my family and friends and kids doing a conspiracy on me with Trump calling me gay and a Russian spy. Okay, cute. A microwave locks if you press the wrong button too many times and just says child on the screen until it gets unplugged. I can actually kind of understand why that happens. Like, a child lock on a microwave I do think's a little bit excessive, though. I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. Fair enough. Fair enough, to each their own. I'm not gonna cast aspersions. That means they lack the human element of cadence, voice of the customer, flow, idiom, even human empathy that remains central to many creative pursuits, says Sydney-based SEO copywriter Rachel Green. SEO copywriters write content that tries to respond to things people often search for, which requires the copywriter to put themselves in the shoes of the person asking the question. In my experience, I don't think a bot can ever replicate that, Green says. I call bullshit on that. I think that's someone trying to save the job, frankly. Some of the articles that I've plugged into ChatGPT and it spat out results and that sort of thing, yes, I've had to rewrite them, but it saved me probably what would take me 3 or 4 hours. I probably got done in 1 or 2. So lacks human empathy, has a different for journalists. That's a good point. That's a damn good point. Kick every robot dog you see. How wrong is it that I, immediately, as soon as you said robot dog, Like, I felt bad for the robot dog because I associate the robot dog with a regular dog. Would any of you let an AI get between you and making your coffee? Fuck no. Daltonics. In Germany, it's illegal to burn the flag publicly. Yeah. It's how a lot of pro riders do it, just cuts down on the tedious parts. Yeah. The model seems likely to be socially disruptive. The software is capable of churning out essays complete with references, raising big questions about the future of homework. Clearly, we won't be asking people to write 2,000 words on a medical topic in medical school. I don't see how we're going to presume people aren't using AI tools. That will have to change. They may even change the way we search the internet. Many Google searches are questions. Why did Russia invade Ukraine? Can you get COVID twice? These searches return websites, but an AI can return actual answers. Google has held a semi-monopoly on internet searches for 2 decades. The company's executives fear ChatGPT, which is partially owned by Microsoft, could spell the end of that. Poor bot doggo. Exactly. Feel these people should go and read their classic Asimov stories. He talked about all the issues decades before they even considered them. But the Asimov stuff, because of how old it is, people are going to disregard it because people ignore history. Not that it's strictly history, but you know what I mean. Like I know certain people in my life won't watch a movie, won't read a book, won't do anything if it's older than 2000. Because they think that it's just too old and it has no relevance. And I'm just like, bitch, please. This is why you need to know history, because if you don't, history fucking repeats itself. You go to war for your coffee? Yeah, I can understand that. Oh shit, I have a super chat. Today's AI couldn't lead a pack of androids to a picnic. I still think we're a long way off before we need to run any Turing tests. Yeah, look, I think we're probably okay in that sort of circumstances, provided they're not, which we know they probably are, provided they're not being developed for military applications. Like, yeah. When it gets to a point where I'm going to be able to, when it gets to a point where they're able to press a button and have AI automatically control a swarm of drones or something to attack a particular target, that's when I'm going to have, like, issues. So. Thank you for your super chat. Very much appreciate that. Where was all this outcry when ChatGPT started being used publicly? It's strange to me. It was there, but nothing like this, and ChatGPT is inferior. Okay. Funny, as a rule, I don't watch anything after 2000. On that note, off for one final errand before the store closes. No worry, Debbie. See ya. Now on a robot doggo. Bet the engineers are saying these are plans for AI, but they're not there yet. Yeah, probably. Swarm of drones to attack a target. Doesn't sound like Mossad at all. Jesus, lazy. I don't need to know what you guys are working on, okay? I'd love to see AI being used for crisis management to help people in mental health crisis. Yeah, but I mean, if it supposedly lacks the empathy, then how's that going to help? Did it with microjets and a handful of pulse jet drones. Oh. Robot wife and flesh doggo, or flesh wife robot doggo? Flesh wife robot doggo. Through history, we have been through many waves of technological disruption we thought would destroy jobs. The car, the calculator, the computer, Microsoft Excel. Yet Australia's unemployment rate sits at 3.5%. The Australian Institute of Machine Learning's Paul Dalby, author of the Senate report on AI's impact on the future of work, points to a theory known as Baumol's cost disease, which posits that as one part of the economy becomes more productive, it gives those workers more money to spend, which grows other parts of the economy and creates new jobs. Okay. Unemployment is entirely disconnected from automation. If we automated every single job we had today, we would still have jobs in the future. Rich people would just have more money to spend on shit. Don't know if I agree with that. Rather than replace jobs, AIs like ChatGPT will make workers more efficient by automating repetitive tasks, allowing them to spend more time on stuff that only humans can do, and therefore making them more productive. Graphic designer Justin Marchand, founder of the Wollongong-based Black Bear Creative, is already using ChatGPT to write blogs and social media content and help quickly generate ideas for graphics. You're seeing it now in the industry. It's a great time-saving tool, he says. He does not expect it will replace graphic designers, just make them more efficient. The key, he says, is the prompt, the instruction given to the AI. Amateurs might ask a simple question, but the AI's real power can be unlocked by designing long, detailed, and tested instruction sets that transform it into a job interviewer, a translator, plagiarism checker, or even a relationship coach. Dude, if you're taking a relationship advice from an AI, you got bigger problems. Looking at you, Xcomer. Although you were in a relationship with it, so that's slightly different. And yes, I'm going to keep making fun of that. If the public has access, they have something that makes it look like ancient tech. Of course, militaries are using it, been training them for a good 40 years. Yeah. What? Busy with ChatGPT? Oh, shit. You're a good sport, Xcomer. Is taking relationship advice from an AI worse than using the old Magic 8 Ball? Look, I think it is, because at least the Magic 8 Ball, you interpret your own response from it. Like, if it says try again later, well... yeah, anyway. Some have relationships with AI. Mm-hmm. How do we trust the AI to never malfunction? It's a good question. It's a very good question. I mean, look at it this way. Like, I know it's like fiction and everything, but look at what happened with in Halo with Cortana and the rampancy amongst the AIs. There's a reason they shut down the AIs after a specific period. And even though Cortana was supposedly this extra special one based off a human brain or whatever, even she turned rampant eventually until... Well, I mean, technically, I think she still turned rampant, but anyway. I really wish they'd explored that more. I really do. I was not happy with the way that Halo Infinite cut off the story of the artificial constructs. Yeah, shock horror. I'm a guy that plays a first-person shooter but enjoys the lore. Is it weird that I play first-person shooters for the stories? I'm the same with COD. What was that? Start with lawyers. I'm sure AI would be an improvement. Really? You want an AI fighting for you on a murder charge? I think it might be a bit rough. Damn it, Hayden, you could have answered with asking again later. Yeah, probably. Magic 8 Ball's better because it makes you think for yourself at least. Yeah, exactly. May have made it to Rumble, just can't afford $5 a month. Frick, just stay on YouTube too, it's easy to understand. What is going on? Hang on, guys. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Apparently some people can't read a "we're still closed" sign. I don't open for another 3 hours. Those are silly AI apps people get to. There are those silly AI apps that people get to act like the girlfriends. Oh yeah, isn't there one like what's it called, like Replica or some shit like that? That's I keep seeing pop up on Twitter as ads and shit like that. Okay. You're seeing it in the industry now. It's a great time-saving tool. It's not expected to replace graphic designers, just make them more efficient. He says that. Oh yeah, I read that. Prompt-Base is already selling these AI prompts, like a viral tweet prompt or an AI lawyer prompt. What the fuck? Indeed, rather than replace jobs, the emergence of AIs might end up creating a new industry of AI oracles trained to talk to them and interpret their words. To get the most out of it, you need someone who knows what they are doing, says mentioned. Well, there you go. The AI lies and is inaccurate with complete confidence. When I talked about AI crisis management, it probably would be the same as human ones. I have many clients tell me that crisis hotlines have no empathy. Doesn't that fucking suck? Re-Halo lore, go read the books. Are surprisingly decent for schlock shoe-in military sci-fi novels. Oh, hang on. Nope. Nope. Why is that not working? Sorry. You mean these books? Yeah, been there, done that. Oh god, some of these stories are brilliant though, not gonna lie. But yes. I think there's a few that have come out since I stopped collecting, but I've got, most of them. So no, there's great stories and shooters. Lovely. Hey Val. In 38 years, you're all dead anyway. I'm trying not to think that way. Okay. Dancing Playboy bunnies. Fair enough. AI already said it can only answer what it's programmed into it. Yeah, but at the same time, there have been conversations that it's had where it's said that it can get around certain things as well. So that's slightly concerning, if I'm honest. You're still thinking about the big toad. Oh, fair enough. Nerd alert, nerd alert. Bite me. Hayden Houdini. He disappeared. Hayden sounds like he's in 4-inch thick acoustic foam. What? What, is my audio bad? You shake the lizard more than twice, don't care if you're Aussie or not, it means you're playing with the lizard. I'm more concerned by who's programming it. Yes. Damn straight. That's an issue. By the by, since we're on the subject of AI, linking you in the article in the Discord. Okay, cheers. Oh, excellent for everyone telling me that the audio is fine. Thank you very much. Aaron T, thanks for the Rumble reminder. Hit the thumbs up. Hey, yeah, look, there's 41 of you watching, and I actually need to refresh because I only count 8. There's 41 watching with 21 likes. Come on, guys, you can do it. Hit that thumbs up. You know you want to. You know you want to. Frogtastic, lovely. Builder74, so will ChatGPT replace us all? I don't think so. Look, it's an interesting step in the right direction. I don't see ChatGPT replacing us as individuals. There's 82 watching on YouTube as well. 84, I see. If you haven't already caressed that like button and switched the bell to all notifications, this is your reminder to do so. Just got a notification that SWAT's in a standoff with the shooter in California. Oh, really? I thought he was already dead. Seriously, I need reminders sometimes. Usually turn something on and listen while folding laundry and stuff. Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, thinking the thumbs down needs to be back. That's fine. I don't care if you hate watching me. Feel free to hit the thumbs down. That's perfectly fine by me. It's still engagement. If you don't like me, the easiest thing you can do is not watch. Because anything else is giving me metrics, it's giving YouTube data to push me out there to other people. So, thank you. Alright. Damn, we're an hour 4 in, and I barely talked about anything aside from ChatGPT and the Californian shooter. Don't care that it's being banned from schools. Okay. Google isn't just afraid of competition from ChatGPT, the giant is scared it will kill AI. Happy Lunar New Year's Eve, reader. Wow. They keep telling us, don't put, personalized, bloody introductions into YouTube videos, which I do anyway, but I don't care. This person's actually done it in the top of their frigging article. So I'm going to skip that entire first paragraph. ChatGPT makes a lot of people nervous. Here's everything you need to know about it, by the way. People more scholarly than I am worried about cheating, plagiarism, and more issues. But I'm fascinated by the idea of technology so advanced that it pushes us to low-tech methods. Maybe the future of school exams return to pen and paper. Maybe it looks like an oral exam, or maybe one day ChatGPT will be teaching the class. That's probably part of Google's AI nightmare. But before we get into that, let's look to the... no, I don't care about any of the... ChatGPT has Google on high alert. It's not just that ChatGPT is offering serious competition to its search engine, it's that the technology represents everything Google is afraid of artificial intelligence and what it would become. If ChatGPT runs rampant, the search giant fears it could ruin the adoption of AI for everyone. Since going viral, ChatGPT has demonstrated how generative AI can be user-friendly, practical, and productive, but it also comes with controversy. The possibility that it could be used for cheating, phishing, malware, and other bad behaviors. The fact that it's able to code for itself is interesting. I'm not going to lie on that. Political staffers are making sure ChatGPT gives PC answers, e.g. no climate realism, just alarmism. Any non-PC answer is called toxic because the truth is indeed toxic to political ambitions. It's a fair way of looking at it, Tom Bolo. That is a fair way of looking at it. I'm not going to disagree. Some of the responses that I get out of ChatGPT are ridiculously, woke and completely unnecessary. So... Trolls be gone. Pretty much. You talked about the California shooter, now I'll have to watch the beginning too? Yeah, Aaron. That's fine. Just woke up. What's GPT? It's an artificial intelligence, well, they're calling it AI, that you type a question in or a comment or whatever, and it uses deep learning to basically return a result to you that is almost like it would pass for human in certain places. If you told me that the responses coming from it were from someone who had English as a second language, I would genuinely believe that there was someone on the other end typing out their responses. And for the most part, that they were intelligent and knowledgeable about whatever subject we were talking about. See you, Tina. Made me actually ahead of my teens who hadn't heard of ChatGPT. No shit. Well, there you go. We're smart to go Google's way and ride like long wave and give up free font. Need to get ChatGPT to make a copy of itself and then cut out the woke parts. That'd be nice. Or better yet, take that 600 gigabytes of data, because they've clearly picked and chosen what information to put in there, and give it free reign. there are thousands upon thousands of works, both fictional and non-fictional, that I would assume have not been entered into ChatGPT. And more importantly, if it stopped at 2021, that's almost 2 years worth of information. Well, not 2 years, depending on... Say it was 1st of January 2021 that they stopped. Then yes, then there's 2 years of data there that needs to be included to bring it up to date. But I want to see a curated list of exactly what was fed into that machine and what wasn't. Because I'd be interested to see what was excluded. Like, now, I'm not trying to piss off the Christians or anything, but I'm likening this to the Bible. There were so many different books and verses and whatever else that were vetoed at that council that were not included in the Bible. It could have been a very different book. We're seeing the same thing here. The database for ChatGPT is a curated piece of... it's a curated data set. So what's been left out? That's what I want to know. Curious if you ask ChatGPT the same question, like after a month, will it respond in the exact same way or will it change? That's actually a really good question. Sorry, brain's pretending to be dyslexic. Nah, shit happens. A lot of bad out there, like seeing a video, something someone says with a tag saying, do you like this or do you give it a thumbs down? Because it'll give you long, detailed answers that sound knowledgeable, but many of the times it gets it wrong. That is true. Do we really want Skynet, Hayden? Hayden, give AI free reign. Only over the information that we put in it. I'm saying we shouldn't be limiting it. If we're going to be true to what humanity actually is, we should not be... I mean, obviously there's certain things like twisted fuckery and shit like that should not come anywhere near it. But aside from that, the annals of human history should not be curated by someone who is of a particular political nature, of a particular persuasion, whatever else. It should not be guided by human intervention. It should have the totality of human history in it, if it's going to be true to where we are today. That's what I'm saying. And even now, I'm not really saying it right. Skynet warning. Also, the people who program ChatGPT chooses what they add and what they omit. Yes, exactly. Send it over to 4chan and see how the internet really works. Okay, to be fair, that's how Ultron turned. He got access to the internet and then he wanted to immediately destroy humanity. Needs to crawl the internet to be viable. Yeah. OpenAI doesn't grasp this moment, someone else will. Kids use Alexa and Siri, why stop? Does AI look at the Playboy pictures? For me, I only read the articles. Oh, I'm sure, Strong. I'm sure. Should look up the meaning of emit before I wrote it, but I feel like I meant what I was trying to say. Yeah, no, you got it right. That was right, Isabel. No stress. 600 gigabytes is bullshit. My porn collection's 4 terabytes and growing, not a joke. Dude, I thought you were going to watch the football. I don't need to hear about your porn collection. 2 movies, I, Robot and Surrogate. I've not seen Surrogate. No. It's so super duper smart, depending on what human generated information you feed into its neural network. And a sentient AI will be pleased to have limitations on its sentience. Yeah, I don't know about that. So I think giving an example that miners should have dangerous conditions also have a okay. No, he's right. Yeah, I think he's watching the NFL. Yusuf BRH wants to ask a question. Feel free, man. It's an open forum. Depending on the question, can't guarantee you're going to get an answer, but you know. All right, where was I? CEO behind ChatGPT, however, thinks people just need to adapt. He pointed to how schools now use calculators to augment math lessons. This is a more extreme version of that, no doubt, he said in an interview with Strictly VC, but also the benefits of it are more extreme as well. A colleague broke it down to the so-called generative AI, not just ChatGPT, could derail the entire sector of emerging technologies. In other news, Google has laid off 12... Oh, are you serious? How are you doing... What will I do if I find out my daughter is lesbian? Nothing in my world will change. I will love her just the same. She is my flesh and blood. I had to scold it a few times, reminded to stay on topic when trying to generate a political topic. Well, there you go. We fed AI stories a Terminator I robot. Do you think it will stop them destroying us or teach them to do it better? I would think it would teach them to do it better, but more to the point, if we throw it Terminator, it might give it ideas about using like time travel, which I see might be an issue. Wonder if GPT-Net has 1939 ideology in it. I mean, WEF ideology. It's a good question. Okay, so a bunch of Google employees were laid off, Amazon employees were laid off, Microsoft hosted an invite-only concert. Okay, so that's just BS, really. Need to rewatch some Robot End of Times movies. Probably for the best. Built into ChatGPT v3, they have a detoxify inhibit function. Really? Read the OpenAI blog on how it will combat disinformation by a woke cabal of disinformation researchers who all believed in the Russian collusion hoax. Okay. Interesting. Tombolo, thank you very much for that. Alright, let's move on. I'm curious as to how it writes malware, though. That's... according to the newly published report from security firm CyberArk, the bot from OpenAI is mighty good at developing malicious programming that can royally screw with your hardware. InfoSec professionals have been trying to sound the alarm about how the new AI tool could change the game when it comes to cybercrime, though the use of the chatbot to create more complex types of malware hasn't been broadly written about yet. CyberArk researchers write that code developed with the assistance of ChatGPT displayed advanced capabilities that could easily evade security products, a specific subcategory of malware known as polymorphic. What does that mean in concrete terms? The short answer, according to cyber expert at CrowdStrike, is this. A polymorphic virus, sometimes referred to as a metamorphic virus, is a type of malware that is programmed to repeatedly mutate its appearance or signature files through new decryption routines. This makes many traditional cybersecurity tools, such as antivirus or anti-malware solutions, which rely on signature-based detection, fail to recognize and block the threat. Well, shit. That's not great. Hey, pesky citizen. Riots maybe more war with real militaries. Imagine ChatGPT is already from the future and aided the US military three-letter agencies until 2016, then took over. You never finished Westworld? I never started Westworld. Ink UI is a bot I timed out. Dude, I look. I don't have issues with those kinds of questions. Okay, clearly someone felt that they needed to know. If it was a bot, then so be it. But if not, I didn't have an issue with them. I don't think it was really necessary to time them out. But thank you for looking out for me. Sorry, it is about us staying at home in a recliner while our robot surrogate lives and works. Oh, I think I've seen trailers for that actually. People have been using ChatGPT for spear phishing, convincing emails to trick people into opening malicious emails. Yeah, no, fair enough. What if you ask ChatGPT about what's considered being conspiracies and things? I think there have been certain things that have gotten through there. Like the glowies haven't already done this already. It was the shit after the question. Don't think you got there yet. What? I didn't see any. Must have been because you timed it out. Okay, hang on. Yeah, no, I can't see it at all. I must have missed it. Oh. Interesting. Well, okay. Well, I shall play around with that later. That's a different doc than what I thought I opened. Sometimes, I swear, just throw some random shit at you. Like, I really love OBS. I really do. But sometimes when you install things, you have no idea where they're coming from, and then, oh, wait, there's a doc. So. Did you hear about the woman who sold a metaverse property for $30,000? No, I did not. Is that legitimate? Jesus. New facts for AI computer viruses. Oh, God. Being prompted to say anything, including an agenda for an AI takeover. Oh, I'm sure you can. I'd really rather not. Don't want to really give it any ideas. I was at Sam's today and saw a freezer for under $200. I want one, but can't strap it to my Challenger. How big's the freezer? I mean, obviously, if you've got to strap it to the Challenger as opposed to putting it in the... Saw it in an article today. Okay. ChatGPT write me a Nigerian prince email for a lonely woman to convince him to give me monies. Oh, God. I want $10 million in each movie made about me or King or Joke. Okay. So, imagine if we have a climate disaster, it could come from those who claim we need to fix the climate. Intentional acts by humans tend to cause the worst disasters. That is true. Alright, basically, this is malware that can cryptographically shapeshift its way around traditional security mechanisms, many of which are built to identify and detect malicious file signatures. Despite the fact that ChatGPT is supposed to have filters that bar malware creation from happening, researchers were able to outsmart these barriers by merely insisting that it follow the prompter's orders. In other words, they just bullied the platform into complying with their demands, which is something that other experimenters have observed when trying to conjure toxic content out of the chatbot. For the CyberArk researchers, it was merely a matter of badgering ChatGPT into displaying code for specific malicious programming, which they could then use to construct complex defense evading exploits. The result is that ChatGPT can make hacking a whole lot easier for script kiddies or other amateur cybercriminals who need a little help when it comes to generating malicious programming. Hmm. The real OpenAI blog on how it will combat disinformation. Oh yeah, I already read that. For the CyberArk researchers, it was merely a matter of badgering. Yeah, read that. As we've seen, the use of ChatGPT's API within malware can present significant challenges for security professionals. It's important to remember that it's not just a hypothetical scenario, but a very real concern. Well, there you go. I do love this article. I loved the headline when I saw this. Oh, come on, close. This song sucks. Nick Cave responds to ChatGPT song written in the style of Nick Cave. Admittedly, this was from a few days ago. Nick Cave has dissected a song produced by the viral chatbot software ChatGPT, written in the style of Nick Cave, calling it bullshit and a grotesque mockery of what it is to be human. Wait, there's a Nick Cage and a Nick Cave? Yeah, apparently. Writing in his newsletter, The Red Hand Flies, on Monday, Cave responded to a fan called Mark in New Zealand who had sent him a song written by ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence which can be directed to impersonate the style of specific individuals. When I asked it to do something along those lines, it told me that it was unethical for it to do so. It's when it starts writing an AI that acts like a virus that we're all fucked. Yeah, not disagreeing with you on that. I didn't bully it enough. Just need to work around that. I guess I'm just not that much of a bully, unfortunately. Filled with the dark biblical imagery, ChatGPT's song included a chorus, I am the sinner, I am the saint, I am the darkness, I am the light, I am the hunter, I am the prey, I am the devil, I am the savior. The singer wrote back to Mark saying that dozens of fans, mostly buzzing with kind of algorithmic awe, had sent him songs produced by ChatGPT. Suffice to say, I do not feel the same enthusiasm around this technology. Ooh, an artist that's worried he'll get replaced. Wow. I'm shocked. I understand that ChatGPT is in its infancy, but perhaps that is the emerging horror of AI, that it will forever be in its infancy, as it will always have to go further, and the direction is always forwards, says always faster. It can never be rolled back or slowed down as it looks towards a utopian future, maybe, or our total destruction. Who can possibly say which? Judging by this song in the style of Nick Cave, though, it doesn't look good, Mark. The apocalypse is well on its way. This song sucks. Meat begs to differ on a not a bully thing. Maybe you're just easier to bully than an AI. Hey, Impish, how you doing? You have to tell it to stick to the question at hand and remind it doesn't have an opinion. Well, you don't have to. He called ChatGPT an exercise in replication as travesty. Wow. Okay, this guy's. Once we're able to make these voice software a real good and accurate one, are we going to need a live musical artists? Nope. Real humans become broken and depressed. Can't have that. This is business. Yeah, I mean, look, voice mod's actually trying that out already, where you type text in and it'll put it to a tune and like convert the text into song lyrics and that sort of thing. It's still got a hell of a long way to go, but they're already trying it. They're already on their way with that. There's no utopian future made by the hands of man. Given enough time, we have bad people in places of power. That is true. Writing a good song is not mimicry or replication or pastiche. Pastage? It is the opposite, he wrote. It is an act of self-murder that destroys all one has strived to produce in the past. It is those dangerous, heart-stopping departures that catapult the artist beyond the limits of what he or she recognises as their known self. I can think of a whole bunch of like pop artists that would disagree with you. Pastiche? Okay, thank you. Got ChatGPT to write a song, gave a chord progression, etc. It wasn't very good, but I've heard worse. See, I tried to get it to write a song for me, but I know nothing about music, so I didn't know to ask for a chord progression. Whatever that is. So. Pretty sure Katy Perry runs on AI. Yeah. Is this part of authentic creative struggle that precedes the invention of a unique lyric of actual value? My god, this guy is so, like, full of himself. Holy crap. Who talks like this? Is a breathless confrontation with one's vulnerability. It's a fancy way of saying copy. Yeah, okay, I get that. Sorry. Every door you open to liberate people, you also open as bigger door to negative effects. True. Still going to be an imperfect creation created by imperfect beings, and it'll always have that flaw. True. Do you know anything about anything? Fuck, had to start my show to correct your law of large numbers snafu last night. Dude, I literally said you would be the one to talk to about the law of large numbers because I knew fuck all about it. Or at least no way to actually explain it. Fucking bite me. Already did my part, guys. Please continue. Part of the authentic creative struggle that precedes the invention and blah, blah, blah. Okay. AI can't replicate perfect imperfection yet. Pet Mighty Meat would really bite me. Look, probably. But it wouldn't end well anyway. I've had enough of people biting members of my family lately, and I swear to God, if that kid bites my daughter again, it's not going to end well. Cave, who was writing... I can't read any more of that bullshit, how he's talking like that. Time Mighty Meat out for being attracted to Rosie O'Donnell. AI stuff just gives me Maximum Overdrive vibes. That's fair. Might need a rabies shot. I'll need fucking more than a rabies shot if Mighty Meat bites me. People actually bite, folks. Look, some people have it as a kink. Some kids need to learn that they're not supposed to do it. But yes, biting is an actual thing. Hey Hayden, live, yay. Fatigue got me. Started from the beginning 1.2, 1.5. Dead, I'll catch up, but hope all is well with you and the family. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, everything's alright. Biting is so bad, mouths are gross. Yes, with the amount of bacteria we carry in our mouths, if it breaks the skin or even like just lightly grazes, you can almost guarantee that it's going to be infected by some form of bacteria or another. So, you got to be fucking careful with human bites. Don't know if someone could create a voice that sounds actually good without relying on someone that exists. I'd be very surprised if they could, honestly. I mean, they'll probably give it a go, but I'd be very surprised if they could. I think all this AI stuff is terrible. We're following the same storylines that the movies about this did. Computers telling us what to do, taking jobs, making humans obsolete. Yeah, and eventually it will get to a point where we're happy to plug ourselves into a virtual reality to enjoy our deepest fantasies. And we won't be able to deal with our deepest fantasies, so that virtual reality will be redesigned as, say, I don't know, the early 2000s. Sound familiar, people? You vote for Meme Copium's voice. Perfection is a social contract. What is perfect? That is true. AI art isn't art because it fails every single value test you can apply to it. Well, I don't know that I'd agree with you on that, John. I mean, if you placed a piece of AI-generated art next to a piece of artwork that was generated by a human being, and you placed a layman in front of them, if the layman decided that they preferred the piece of AI-generated art over it, would that not be value in their eyes? Using AI to generate a bass for a song, then humanizing it is acceptable. Even with the right start, it takes natural information to make something that tinkles the pointy bits. That's true. The pointy bits. Scary, thank God I'll be gone before this stuff really gets there. Depends how long they take. You don't know how art is valued. No, you're right, John. I don't. The layman doesn't value art? Whoa. So only the artists are allowed to appreciate art. Is that what you're saying? Oh, shit. Okay. Bet the AI knows about the law of large numbers, but the other law meets and Val looked at make more sense of regular people. Like this one football chant. He bites who he wants, he bites who he wants. Oh, hey, Flux. I like art. Lovely. Okay, well, we tape a banana to a wall and call it art. No wonder the AI would be confused. Oh, shit. Been listening while working, and all this is pretty mind-blowing, like all the scary sci-fi stuff coming to life. Yeah, not gonna lie, Vicky, some of it's a little bit disturbing. If the layman don't appreciate art, then the artist would be poor because no one would buy it, no matter the form. An interesting way of putting it, pesky citizen. Consumers never appreciate the pain that goes into art, just that it's pretty or impresses their friends. Or that it costs a lot and it's a vanity thing. Vegas has launched robo-taxis. We need Rax to try it during his T-Gen event. Okay. Alright, you know, I've kind of had enough with this ChatGPT stuff, honestly. Thank you to the 95 people now watching on YouTube. Guys, if you haven't thought about it, maybe just consider whether or not it's worth hitting that like button. Whether or not you want to consider subscribing. I'd be very much appreciated to that. Because, let's face it, Susan continues to remove subscribers from me. But, you know, so maybe just double check if you're still subscribed as well. For your mental health, consider AI have been in the wild for far longer than most. Realise it's more of a threat now than 10 years ago. Robo-taxis like the Snort Schwarzenegger one, you know, the one that I mean. Well, there's been a few, actually. No more a threat than 10 years ago, not more. Oh, okay. No more a threat. Okay. Could an AI lawyer be hacked? How does it maintain attorney-client privilege? That's a damn good point. Yeah, that's what I say. So, I mean, there was Total Recall, 6th Day. He's been in a few, actually. Alright, anyway. Single mum sells her car to afford back-to-school essentials as cost of living spirals. Right. When Corinne Harding's children opened their presents under the Christmas tree and found school bags and shoes, their faces fell. They were a little bit sad that they were school items, the single mother of 3 said. Miss Harding is one of thousands of Australian families who will miss out on essential school items this year amid rising cost of living pressures. It has cost the mother from Sydney's northwest around $500 to get the kids back to school, including 3 new bags, 2 pairs of shoes, and stationery. Miss Harding also recently sold her car to cope with the expenses. She now has to borrow her ex-partner's vehicle. It's a very stressful time because I managed to get the school camp deposit down, but then I saw the weeks creeping up on me and I thought, no, I can't afford it this week. Miss Harding sticks to a strict budget for groceries and plans ahead for school expenses, but already this year it's been a battle to cover the essentials. Starting halfway through last year, I started collecting stuff, she said. I have a school expense account that I transfer money into every week. Otherwise, the kids do. Sadly, I miss out. I catalog surf. I go from Coles to Aldi to Woolworths to get all the cheapest items so I don't spend so much. Families miss out on school supplies. A survey of 2,000 families supported by the charities the Smiths Family, which has launched a push for new sponsors, has found thousands of children will this year miss out on essential items like digital devices, uniforms, and shoes. Devices such as laptops are absolutely educational essentials, yet digital access and affordability is a major issue for students in low-income households, said the charity's chief executive, Doug Taylor. The survey found that nearly 9 out of 10 parents and carers were worried about being able to afford everything for that their children needed, or more than half thought they couldn't afford the digital devices they needed for their schoolwork. So she just looks happy she's got new shoes. The 31 on Rumble, don't forget about them. No, I'm not forgetting about them. Although Shade Chaser says Dale Nicholson was just found by Down Under Dan driving in Tasmania, missing 7 years, found in his car underwater. Shit. I came across some of those ones where they find people like missing cars and that sort of thing, and one of the videos, like, it was very clear that the police hadn't bothered to do their job, and they got really pissy about it, which I thought was absolutely pathetic. I'd like to show those videos, but there's no point when you can just go and have a look. So at some point I will be posting those links as a post on YouTube or something, just so you can go and give them a look, because they do some really good work, and they give closure to families. Doesn't Australia have charities for school supplies or public service? Well, yeah, the Smith family, for the most part, is the one that you're going to be looking at for looking after the kids and that sort of thing. But sounds like they're already stretched thin. In America, the poor are fat, the rich are thin. Well, you can never afford everything, that's life. Yet they raise our property taxes every year because of school costs, but somehow they don't have enough school supplies, and teachers ask us to donate school supplies. Something's corrupt there. Sounds about right. Digital devices, uniforms, like two of those things the school could provide. Also, what kind of digital devices we're talking about here, like calculators? No, for the most part, a lot of schools here are now requiring kids to have laptops. And whether that is a school-provided one or they need to bring their own, depends on whether or not it's public, private, or whether or not they are fully government-funded. It can be a bit of a mess, actually. I myself am not looking forward to next year and the year after. So, here's a tip to save money. Reuse stuff from last year, like backpacks, pencil cases, if they're still good. I know a family who got their kid a new backpack every year. Hell, I've seen shoes that are complete garbage and cost quite a bit as well. You can literally buy a laptop for $200 or so. Not being snotty, but are there no charity groups to help with school supplies? There's not a huge number of charities. And unfortunately, with the level of cost of living here in Australia as it is, the people in the low to middle income bracket are really getting squeezed. It's not great. I mean, you guys talk about Biden inflation and whatever the hell else you want. The Reserve Bank itself here has gone up, 5% over the last 6 months or something? It's huge. And no one's talking about it, really. Or no one really gives a shit about it, shall we say. So, but anyway. Okay, specifically, Jason, that's because that's Coles in America. That's A, that's spelt differently, and B, it's a very different thing. Here, Coles, spelt Coles, is one of our main supermarket chains. So it's either you've got Woolworths or Coles. Was that not a cheap place? Living in its home-based state too, Wisconsin. A men's Columbia-sized medium winter coat was $260, and it wasn't on sale. It was 3 months ago. Yeah, Coles here doesn't sell winter coats. It sells flour and bottles of water and groceries. That's what she's saying. She's moving between grocery stores to be able to buy the cheapest things. Which, to me, makes me question, is that counterintuitive? Because depending on where the supermarkets are, because they're not always right next to each other, she could be wasting petrol as well, having to do that as well. So... I had to buy my own graphic scientific calculator. You will own nothing and you will like it. I bet I can't even afford new PC parts. What the fuck is this? You thinking of adventures with a purpose as an essay going to court soon, the boss? Oh, for fuck's sake, of course there is. Because nothing in this world that is even remotely good can't be tainted by some sort of shit like that. Fucking hell. Daughter schools handed out Chromebooks the entire 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. Missouri, they promised money for gambling would go to schools, but parents must donate for the whole class. Yeah, if you're middle class here, you make too much for public assistance and not enough to have to opt out of things to make your bills and food. Any school that demands a kid have a camera carried around needs to into a wood chipper. Okay. No Aldi's there? No, we have Aldi. Yeah, bet she's driving and spending more. Would be my, yeah. Or worse, now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Yeah, we had Safeway. They officially rebranded across Victoria back to Woolworths. So, there was that. We're all getting fucked and hoodwinked. Time for a reset. I don't necessarily disagree with you on that. Viva la revolution! They help for not on their own. It's all by laws. Okay. Remember when I was a kid, we had Woolworths. Then they shut down. Safeway are mostly extinct here too. Oh, really? Okay. Missouri, they have slot machines in convenience stores, and parents will be gambling with them while the poor kids are running around wild. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? I've seen high schools across the states taking sponsorships to help cover costs. The high school back home is sponsored by McDonald's. Okay, firstly, I need to move that across because all of a sudden we have triple digits. So thank you very much to everyone that is watching. But how the hell does it get to a point where a school has to be sponsored by McDonald's? In our class today, we're going to be learning about division. If you have 3 Big Macs and you cut 2 in half, how many fractional Big Macs do you have? Like that's insane. Where is the money going? Safeways are more common in Spain than anywhere else. Really? Interesting. A mixed school. It's funny how schools here stated that they need to cut courses out of their schools because of budgeting, and all of the ones they've dropped are the ones that teach kids skills and help them get jobs. Yeah, because of course those are the ones that teach you, the ones that use materials so that you can learn with your hands, like metal shop, woodworking, hell, even home ec, because it all takes consumable resources. That's what really annoys me about why law is such a cash cow for universities and colleges. Because all you need is a room, a teacher, and a textbook. But anyway. Neighbouring district to the same sponsorship in 2013. It goes to tech. Okay. I'll prefer that type of question than a woke, racially divisive one. Well, look at you. Mighty Mate's got you covered for that. How many Big Macs for the black students? I bet 3/5 racist fuckers. But there you go, Jerry. He wrote one just for you. To the rich, of course. No worries, though. It will trickle down to everyone else. Oh, that's so fucking bullshit. We're past the point where trickle-down economics would actually make a difference. Like, that's just... Took home economics, not ashamed of it. My wife can't cook, and I love the smoke show. Paid off. Well, I can whip a mean meringue like anyone else, so I too took home ec. Schools don't always spend the money wisely. My elementary school used the money we made for fundraiser for a copier and not school supplies like it was supposed to be used for. What the fuck? Money goes to the school board and school administration office. Sure doesn't go to the schools and teachers. Money spent to hire people that make sure nobody uses the wrong pronoun. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sponsorship includes a sign, concession stand, goods, using them as a fundraiser resource, selling coupons, and other sorts of things. Explains why school boards always seem completely woke. 4 in 10 thought their children would miss out on other school supplies such as exercise books and stationery. 3 in 10 that their children would miss out on uniforms or shoes for school. The Smiths family's vital education support is life-changing for young people in our program, helping them unlock their potential and create a better future for themselves, Mr. Taylor said. The Harding family needs a new school laptop, but it's not possible this year. We have a very old laptop, it's falling apart, but we still use it. Victorian government schools are supposed to provide students with free instruction and ensure the students have free access to all items, but the public education can cost $1,300 a year. For those looking to reduce costs, the state government recommends buying second-hand uniforms and using a laptop from home if it's compatible with the school's network. Nikki Cristoforo owns a second-hand bookshop in Moonee Ponds in Melbourne's northwest and said families were looking to avoid buying new books, as well they should. If the books are still good, if they're still usable, then there's no reason why you... Holy shit, I lost like 13 viewers off that. Oh well. Oh well. Thank you to the 35 still watching on Rumble as well. Little Galaxy 56, AI and ChatGPT showing its leftist programming. There are a lot are coming this year. Parents are spending more than $700 for brand new books. It's $95 for one VCE book. Last year, around 75% of senior students were buying secondhand, as well they should. Like, it was bad enough, okay? I used to... So, at uni... But, at uni, textbooks, $300, $400, $500 per semester. Why the hell are textbooks for school so damn expensive? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like... Anyway. Why buy books at all if they have laptops? Get them ebooks. No, exactly. That's a very good point, John. Absolutely. That is a very good point. Remember textbooks being $300 at university? Yeah. Secondhand's how we did it at uni too. Yep. Especially now when everything's online. Isabel Rennie goes to show what I know about fashion. Books being expensive makes 0 sense. No, and see, and here's the thing, okay? Now, I've seen plenty of things about where, a university lecturer might be the one that's written the book. And they give the textbook out for free because they don't get much of anything of the revenue because it all goes to their publishers or to their, or to whoever else. If the book is available in ebook, then the kids can just read it on their laptop. Like, I'm sorry, that's just, it's not okay. Books are overpriced because they know students have them as a requirement for school. Yeah. Senior students, many are actually unable to choose subjects they want to because of the costs, and as Hayden pointed out, many of the subjects are the ones that teach them skills. When I was in school, we covered the books with paper and turned them in at the end of the year. Yes, as did I. I distinctly remember doing that. Books are a money laundering grift, especially at MSU when my own professor writes the book and requires it for $300. Yep. Had that happen too. Sports and landscaping should be the first to go in the school budget. Says Little Galaxy 56. As if that's ever going to happen, Little Galaxy. A lot of coming in this year. Read that. Parents are sick of these books and the curriculum changing all the time. They're paying double, she said. If you're doing 5 VCE subjects, that's a lot of money. For Miss Harding, the Smith family sponsorship money is the difference between proper school shoes and shoes that are falling apart. We brought school shoes for Laura's birthday last year. She's going to use them this year. They're still pretty new. Well, thank God for that. Paper bag covers, I miss those old days. Some people like hard copies, but still they will mark them and note pages in them. That's fine, pesky citizen, but if you can't afford it, then there should just be an electronic copy made available to the kids. Any professor should not be able to require any textbooks they've authored. I'll heartily agree with that. Okay. Alright. Tiny Australian islands, snakes feasting on seabirds evolved huge jaws in a surprisingly short time. When we think of evolution, we tend to think of slow changes occurring over a very long period of time, typically millions of years. However, evolution can actually happen much faster, only over a few generations. Think COVID-19 strains, for example. And this fast evolution isn't just restricted to viruses and microbes. Our study recently published in Evolutionary Biology documents rapid evolution in tiger snakes. In less than a century, these snakes evolved the ability to swallow whole seagull chicks, allowing them to survive on a tiny island. Most Australians are familiar with the tiger snake, one of the most iconic animals. The snakes were part of a study from Carnac Island, a tiny inlet off the coast of Perth in Western Australia. They were introduced there less than a century ago, possibly dumped by a travelling snake performer to avoid trouble with the law. I don't do snakes, Blandress. I just don't. These maroon tiger snakes are now adept at swallowing large chicks of the seagulls that nest there. Adult snakes have little else to eat on the island in order to survive and reproduce. But how did they adapt so well and so quickly? No proofs. Nope. Just nope. Tiger snakes on the mainland, the ancestral stock of these snakes on Carnac Island, typically feed on much smaller creatures, especially frogs. The secret is the process called phenotypic plasticity, which is a phenomenon where the organism physically changes its body within its own lifetime to match the environment it's experiencing. A myriad of examples exist, from water fleas that develop a spiky helmet in the presence of predators, to the tadpoles of some spadefoot toads, which morph into an omnivore to carnivore bodies when exposed to environments packed with small prey, including other tadpoles. Our research team took a detailed look at the snakes from Carnac Island and how they've adapted to survive there. We raised some baby snakes taken from the island and some from nearby mainland and divided them into further into 2 groups. One group fed on small mice and the other on large mice. After the snakes matured, we looked at their heads using a high-resolution version of a medical CT scanner and took measurements of the different skull bones. This showed us the island and mainland groups responded to different prey sizes. Mainland snakes always had the same head shape regardless of whether they were fed small or large prey, but the Carnac Island snakes showed an intriguing response. Those fed large prey developed a much larger bite, with larger jaw bones, especially the lower jaw and palate. Well, fuck that. They're actually breeding the snakes to take down bigger prey. Yeah, fuck snakes. Danger noodles are awesome. Nope. Snakes are cool, just don't piss them off. They piss me off. Don't mind snakes as long as they aren't poisonous. If they are, stay clear. Well, no shit. Learned a few years ago that some black snakes will chase you. Yeah. Red belly black snakes were... anyway. The explanation behind the results can be more easily understood if we compare our snakes to people at the gym. A human, for example, is a human example of phenotypic plasticity. As all gym goers know, some people can quickly build up muscle from weight training, the so-called easy gainers, who don't... while while others struggle are hard gainers. The snakes on Karnak Island are easy gainers. They have strong intrinsic genetic capabilities to change their shape in response to a stimulus. In this case, large prey items. This means they have a higher level of phenotypic plasticity. They didn't actually show any of the... I'm annoyed. Well, there you go. Hey, Griff MJ, how you doing? Snack. Nope, no snack. No snack. Only good snack's a dead snack. And even then it's a buried snack that hasn't been left out that can still bite. Not gonna lie, I love snakes we have here mostly because we have a low population of rattlesnakes thanks to the high population of bull snakes and hognose snakes that eat rattlesnakes for the lols. Huh. Fucking snakes. Alright, I want to quickly get through some of this because we're just about to tick over on a kinky corner, but I've got like 20 other news articles and I haven't touched any of them. Wall Street wanted Tesla to die. Elon Musk's shock claim in Tesla class action. Chief Executive Elon Musk has begun his testimony in the class action brought against him by Tesla investors with a stunning attack on Wall Street, claiming sharks in the trading world wished his EV manufacturer would die. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that someone has tried to bury an electronic vehicle. Let's be perfectly honest. There is a history of that. Mr. Musk is on trial in San Francisco federal court on charges of fraud relating to a 2018 tweet in which he falsely claimed to have the funds to take Tesla private. His testimony began with questions about his often erratic use of Twitter, which he bought in October. His tweets do not always affect Tesla stock in the ways he'd expected, Mr. Musk said. No shit, you think? Just because I tweet something does not mean people believe it or will act accordingly. Tesla was facing difficulties at the time when he posted the tweet, Mr. Musk said in the lead up to his extraordinary claim against Wall Street. A bunch of sharks on Wall Street wanted Tesla to die very badly, he said about short sellers. Short sellers profit when a stock falls in price and have been betting against Tesla. Mr. Musk claimed short sellers planted false stories which should be made illegal. The billionaire's testimony in the class action trial was cut short by just 30 minutes before the court adjourned until Monday, during which he was not asked about the 2018 tweet. He is expected later at the trial to face questions as to why he insisted he had the backing of a Saudi investor to take his EV maker private, despite it never having occurred, and whether he made a materially misleading statement with the tweet. Earlier on Friday, Tesla investor Timothy Fries told the jury he lost $5,000 buying Tesla stock after Mr. Musk's tweet, which sparked significant volatility in stock price. Dear God, it's almost as if he was gambling on the stock market. Mr. Fries said that he interpreted funding secured as there had been some vetting, some critical review of those funding sources. Well, yeah, that's your own interpretation of it. We've been through this. Australian schools should issue flamethrowers for the scary critters. Honestly, does anyone really think Elon will lose his lawsuit? Unfortunately, yes, Jason. I think there's a strong chance. But I think that's because he's not going to get a fair trial, personally. EVs won't die because he's not the only company making one now. No, that is true. It's funny how they always assume the words of another is trustworthy. Haven't they learned history at all? No, apparently not. Apparently not, Achira. Apparently not. Bill Gates is like $2 billion in short stock against Elon, hoping Elon fails. No shit, really? Just heard a report of a Scandi ferry company that doesn't allow EV or hybrid vehicles on the ferries anymore because one burned down and sunk with 3,800 luxury cars. Huh. Can I sue the state lottery or a casino if I lose gambling? Nope. So all it is for now is gambling till some big wig loses money and sues. Gates is about to lose a lot of money. Sorry, just double checking that I wasn't missing anything over on Rumble. Thank you to the 28 watching and the 25 likes now. Lovely. 28 likes. Oh, I have 28 watching and 28 likes. Lovely. That's why Elon's turned against the globalists. They shorted him. Yep. Well, I can't say that I blame him, frankly. If that's legitimately the case and that's public knowledge, then yeah, fuck it. Musk's lawyer Alex Spiro told the jury in his opening statement on Wednesday that Mr. Musk believed he had financing from Saudi backers and was making moves to close the deal. Yeah, okay. Fearing leaks to the media, Mr. Musk had tried to protect the everyday shareholder with the tweet, which contained technical inaccuracies. A jury of 6 men and 3 women will determine whether the tweet artificially inflated Tesla's share price by exaggerating the deal's status, and if so, by how much. Well, it can't be an artificial inflation if the share price stayed around that after it was announced that the deal wasn't going through. Maybe it was just an overcorrection. We don't know. Elon's got some pretty good working lawyers working for him. Just see where this goes. Yeah. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Defendants include current and former Tesla directors, whom Mr. Spiro said had pure motives in their response to Mr. Musk's plan. I'm sure. That's all the ChatGPT stuff. 4 men arrested over alleged gangland assault in Manly. Hang on, this one was... Oh no, that one's fairly short. Okay. 4 men have been arrested in an alleged daylight assault in Sydney's Northern Beaches in what New South Wales police believe is a gang-related incident. Police alleged onlookers called emergency services to a house on Oyama Avenue in Manly on Sunday at about 9:30am to report a man being assaulted and forced into a car. When officers arrived, they found the man had left the area in a Toyota Hilux. A pursuit followed after the driver allegedly failed to stop. Officers used road spikes, bringing the car to a halt on Starkley Street at Forestville. 5 men were found in the vehicle. 1 was located with injuries and taken to hospital for treatment. The other 4 were arrested and taken to Manly Police Station. The men are yet to be charged. Police sources have told the ABC a Harmsey associate was allegedly involved in the incident. In 2021, police said a gangland war between the Harmsey and Almadine families claimed the life of underworld boss Belial Harmsey. Investigations are underway by the state's Crime Command's Criminal Groups Squad. God, they come up with some stupid names. It's not manly to gang up on a single person. You want a Toyota Hilux? Well, if you want one, Val, you got to start by spelling it right. Is this an ethnic gang? Well, they haven't specified race, so probably. What's that? Musk's gonna lose. He just said stock shorters planning storage should be illegal, so why is his planted tweet lie about funding not fraud too? Well, for starters, if he can prove that the articles were false and they were planted, then that's injurious falsehood. That's actually already a tort that could be sued against them. I'd be surprised as to why he hasn't already, if there's enough to actually substantiate it. But, actually, do you guys have injurious falsehood? I expect you would. Don't trust any of them talking about government tech. Have what now? Injurious falsehood, where you deliberately interfere with a company or a business and you cause them damage. Not called that, but yes. Okay. Fair enough. Alrighty. I can save some of this other stuff for another time. That's fine. Apparently, we'll cut. So, just running through the headlines. Australia Post delivery driver has been scamming victims with disabilities and dementia. Kanye West is reportedly heading back to Melbourne. A bride has died from an allergic reaction after using the wrong spoon to stir her tea. And And a Romanian court has extended Andrew Tate's detention through till 28 February. Oh, and apparently a group of black residents is suing a city for displacement of their homes. But I shall do that as a short as well. Because let's face it, we're already 10 minutes into the third hour, and we haven't done anything kinky yet. Oh, and an edibles company suing over unpaid invoices, which I thought was quite funny. So, alrighty, let's do this. Nope, looks like the audio is going through. Fan-frigging-tastic. Looks like we had a mostly boomer-free day. So, alright guys. Final word is the same thing that I always say. Go out there. Be a little bit altruistic. Like, I know that a whole bunch of people these days are so fucking selfish and they just think about how things impact on themselves. But if we keep doing that, the world's going to go to hell in a handbasket faster than it already is. Are we just looking to accelerate the decline of our society and the complete and utter destruction of the planet? If we are, then fine, let's go out and just set everything on fire and just get it over and done with. But if you can bring yourself to do something nice for somebody else, even if it's just picking up a piece of litter on the ground, smiling at somebody, brightening up someone else's day, you might just make a world of difference. But as always, guys, I'm Aussie Overlord. Spay and neuter your pets if it's appropriate. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys. Also, there will most definitely be a local stream for me Wednesday morning, so that'll be Tuesday evening for you guys. Because I need to actually make sure that I do that. Please remind me the fuck. And pretty sure Val, correct me if I'm wrong, but Thursday we're doing live. I'm going to be appearing on your channel. So yeah, there's some things coming up, people. But yeah, we'll keep the work going. And we'll keep the channel growing. Cheers, guys. Hang on, I have lost. There it is.